Hello sports fans, welcome back to another video. We have the Las Vegas Raiders for this NFL season preview, who are honestly better than some people might have remembered last year. Yeah, they did get some of their wins versus weak teams, but they were still close to a winning record, so you have to give them that. Their offense was pretty bad and their defense was pretty solid overall. The question is, how will 2024 go? So offensively, the Raiders are bringing out Gardner Minshew as their starting QB, which I have to say is kind of funny to me. I mean, I didn't think Minshew would really be starting for a team in 2024, if you were to tell me that years ago. And I don't really want to hate too much because I don't think, he's a terrible QB. I also don't think he's very, very good, but he did do some good work for the Colts last year. I have to give him that. There's a lot of talk on how Brock Bowers will do, and I like him as a tight end. But I feel still maybe the Raiders should have gotten the QB, instead of sticking with Minshew. Though Bowers is great in his own right. And they did lose Josh Jacobs, which I don't like for the ground game at all, even if he was weaker last year. The offensive line, I do kind of like that. And Myers and Adams are still wide receivers for the team, which may make the offense look a little bit better than they actually are. I think lack of the ground game, though, and a QB who isn't that great won't take him too far. I think they'll end up being a offense that just avoids the bottom 10. Maybe they're a little bit below average, but not quite bottom 10. Now, one thing I will give the Raiders credit is that they got Christian Wilkins in the offseason, and he's an excellent defensive tackle. Obviously, you have Max Crosby is one of the best defensive players in the NFL as well. Maybe even some Raiders fans out there are arguing that he's the best defensive player. And I mean, I'm not sure if I quite agree with that, but I almost don't feel bad giving him that because he is really good. And they didn't really get any upgrades at corner. That's a concern. Safety, they do have Morig, and at linebacker, they do have Spillane. So they might not have much depth there, but at least they have some quality players. And I think that this year, the defense, they'll be average. So I think the Raiders will get about 6 wins this year. They have a weak division, so they might be able to get some wins there just, from obviously playing the Chargers and the Broncos, who aren't very good teams in their own right. And I think that their defense itself, I just said they were average, so I think they'll be good enough to get them some wins here and there. They might have some really good performances, but I don't really like the outlook of the team right now, and I just can't really justify in my own right putting them any higher. But for fantasy, I still like Devontae Adams in the second round, Zamir White. I'd go for him round 8, and Jacoby Myers, I'd go for him late. He might be a sneaky addition to your team, but we'll see. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more, and comment and subscribe.